All right, first and foremost, we're going to give all honor and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Hamashiach, Yahushua. We come in here day in, day out to prophesy the downfall of the wicked kingdom and to proclaim liberty to the captives.
That's right!
The so-called blacks, natives, Hispanics, according to the Bible.
That's right!
Let's kick it off with Jeremiah 28.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 28 and 8.
Bring it out!
The prophets that have been before me and before thee of all prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
So it's a necessary thing to prophesy the downfall of this kingdom. That's what all the prophets beforehand, up until now, have done. Before the downfall of any great kingdom, the Most High sends his men out to prophesy the downfall of it. Give Revelation 12.
This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
So it says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth. Because the devil, the deceiver, knows he has a short time. He sees his economy collapsing, the infrastructure, the dollar is finished. It's going to get crazy because he knows he has a short time.
That's right.
Let's get Job 20 and 4.
Bring that out.
Job 20 and 4. The devil knows he has a short time.
That's right.
Job 24.
This is the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 4.
Bring it out!
Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth? Verse 5, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment.
The joy of the hypocrite, the triumphing of the wicked is but for a short time, for a season. Who is the wicked? Let's see. Get Malachi. The wicked and the hypocrite. Who's the most hypocritical nation on earth?
Right.
They can hit you, but you can't hit them back.
Right.
Hey, God, hey, for real. Hey, get Proverbs 11 and 1 out. Get Proverbs 11 and 1. All right, go ahead.
This is Malachi, chapter 1, verse 4.
Go.
Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
So Edom, it's a name on it. Edom is the border of wickedness, the beginning of wickedness. Any wickedness, they're the beginning of it. If they didn't do it, they told somebody to do it.
That's right.
Get Proverbs 11 and 1 out.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 1.
Bring it out.
A false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight.
A false balance is abomination to the Lord. Do people believe that? Rape, rob, and murder, slavery. But let bygones be bygones. We should move forward. That's the answer to it. All the atrocities that this nation has committed, but let's just move forward. Is that a just balance? Lie. So what gotta happen?
Judgment.
What gotta happen?
Judgment.
Get Revelation 13 and 9. This kingdom is going down the drain. You got a precept, bring it up.
It's Sirach. It's Sirach chapter 12, verse 10.
No.
Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. And that's the mentality that our people need. You see how the white people, when they see black people, they warn their kid. We should be warning our kids of them.
Right.
You don't know what these white people have in their heart. It's wickedness. Yeah.
The chief of, the worst of the heathen, but also the other nations. Everybody outside of Israel had Israel in captivity and derision. Go ahead, George.
This is the book of Revelation.
So what got to happen to all those nations?
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 9.
Bring it out.
If any man have an ear, let him hear. Verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
The patience of the saints. This is what the saints are patiently waiting on. The destruction and captivity of the other nations.
Right.
And we're watching it come to pass now. We're watching the transition. We're watching it collapse before our eyes.
That's right.
We rejoice in it. Hey, if you join to it, you the ones that's going to mourn. Grab Isaiah 24 from the top.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 28.
No.
For the Lord loveth judgment, and forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. And this is a prime example. They don't know how deep they are in. They don't understand that. You lead you kidnap a whole entire nation of people. You steal their identity. You put them in rigorous bondage. You enslave them for hundreds of years. But it's okay. It's not okay, but it's okay. Because we serve a just God and he loves judgment.
That's right.
It's not that he gotta do judgment. No, he loves judgment. So they cup his food. Go ahead, Isaiah.
He loves judgment.
Love judgment.
Isaiah 24. Matter of fact, I want to look at it in the GNT.
That same scripture?
Isaiah 24 from the top in the GNT.
All right, I'm on my way.
I'm curious. Like the brother said, hey, enjoy it now, because, hey, it's downhill from here.
That's right.
It's downhill from here.
All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 24 in the GNT.
It's going to explain it clearly right here.
The Lord is going to devastate the earth and leave it desolate. He will twist the earth's surface and scatter its people.
Hey, that's already hot. That's already hot. Read that again.
It says the Lord is going to devastate the earth and leave it desolate. He will twist the earth's surface and scatter its people. Everyone will meet the same fate. The priests and the people, slaves and the master, buyers and the sellers, lenders and the borrowers, rich and poor. The earth will lie shattered and ruined. The Lord has spoken it, and it will be done.
Hey, so the Bible sometimes has to over-explain things.
Right.
That means everybody.
That's right.
If you are not abiding under the shadow of the Most High,
That's
it
right.
is going to happen to you. You will be in derision. You will be devastated.
That's right.
The entire earth. There will only be a remnant left. A remnant. Continue on.
Verse 4. The earth dries up and withers. The whole world grows weak. Both earth and the sky decay. The people have defiled the earth by breaking God's laws. And
The people have defiled the earth by breaking God's laws. What the world earnestly tries to destroy God's law. Go ahead.
it says, verse 5 again. The people have defiled the earth by breaking God's laws and by violating the covenant he made to last forever. So God has pronounced a curse on the earth. Its people are paying for what they have done. Fewer and fewer remain alive.
Fewer and fewer remain alive. And it's only going to increase from here. And we're going to run all the way through that. Whatever the other thing.
It's like you want to keep reading. God. Verse 6. So God have. I already read that part. So like verse 7. Isaiah 24 and verse 7. The grapevines wither and the wine is becoming scarce. Everyone who was once happy is now sad. And the joyful music of the harps and drums have ceased. There is no more happy singing over wine. No one enjoys this taste anymore. In the city, everything is chaos. And people lock themselves in their houses for safety. That's
People lock themselves. Hey, all this walking around being like enjoying feasts and wine, just disregarding the words of the Most High, is going to cease.
That's right.
Hey, you ain't gonna be looking for a drink for joy. You're gonna be looking for it for sorrow,
right. That's right.
and you ain't gonna get it.
Right.
Keep on.
People shout in the streets because there is no more wine. Happiness is gone forever. It has been banished from the land. The city is in ruins and its gates have been broken down. This is what will happen in every nation all over the world.
This is what. Hey, this is the Bible. This is going to happen in every nation all over the earth. You understand? Hey, this kingdom is finished. You understand that, brother?
That's right.
You understand that, sir? It's finished. Hey, no more. Hey, baseball. Hey, you ain't gonna be looking at the mascot, dancing with the mascot on the baseball field.
That's verse.
You ain't gonna be. Hey, this very well could be the last prom. It's downhill from here. Bring it up.
This is John chapter 9, verse Slakia. Oh, let me check.
Go ahead.
Got here is not sinning. John 9:30.
When you're sure, you got something?
You want me to keep reading on this?
Go ahead.
All right. I gotta read that part again. That's hot.
I think that whole chapter. Like I ain't seen that.
Isaiah chapter 24 and verse 13. Bring it out. This is what will happen in every nation all over the world. It will be like the end of harvest when the olives have been beaten off every tree and the last grapes picked from the vine. If that ain't, that's hot. Hey, you know what just popped in my head, my mate? It's gonna be a time when you go to Walmart and it ain't nothing on them shelves. You're gonna go into Walgreens, everything in that pharmacy. All of the over the counter drugs, all of the prescriptive drugs, all of those is gonna get wiped. Flashlights, batteries. I mean anything that's going to be candles, lighters, matches, water. Don't even think you're gonna get to Walmart first and get the chicken and the beef. You know, Jake loves eating unclean foods. That's all gonna be gone. Ain't gonna be no more bread. Oh, the rice and the beans, that's gone. It says, I gotta read it again. The book of Isaiah, chapter 24 and verse 13. Bring it out. This is what will happen in every nation all over the world. It will be like the end of harvest when the olive trees have been beaten off every tree and the last grapes picked from the vines. You're not going to find those things. It's going to be like every olive is going to be picked off every single tree. Every grape is going to be picked off every single vine. The scriptures tell you, according to the law, you can't do that. And you leave grape gatherers, they leave some of the grapes on the vines. You don't sit there and be greedy and stingy and overwork yourself and pick off every single grape. You get the clusters. But this is the time that we approach it. And it didn't just say in America, it said every nation. You're not going to be able to go into, what's that? Can't even see. Hot chick, you can't get that. You're not going to have your Sunday fun day with the family. Y'all eating popcorn, Nerf gun wars, 2K with an 8th, right? You're not going to be able to do that no more. it's all going to be over. You're not going to be able to go to the liquor store and get you a liter of hen dog. It ain't going to be that. The liquor stores are going to get ravished.
That's right.
That's going to be one of the first things to go. Your favorite thing is going to get picked. So like, yeah, I was long-winded. Let me keep reading, right?
Let's just make sure we ain't saying that just because we feel like that.
Right.
This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, verse 22.
Bring it out!
And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsold.
Right.
The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
Right.
Verse 23. And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid.
Hey, we heard the trumpet, in the baseball field earlier. Everybody was happy. They was cheering.
Right.
Hey, it's going to be a different story when we hear the trumpet in those days.
That's right.
It says, suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. All it takes is one truck delivery for your grocery store to be empty. Just one. If people on Black Friday fighting over a flat screen, hell, even a damn waffle maker, how much more for something that's going to sustain life?
Right.
A jug of water.
Right.
You be put to death for a jug of water.
Right.
Everything is finished. Everything that's here is already polluted. How much more like when that's not available?
Right.
Let's continue.
This is John 9:31.
Bring it out.
Since the world began, verse 31. Now we know that God heareth not sinners, but if any man be a worshiper of God and doeth his will, him he heareth. You have to be keeping the commandments for God to be hearing you. And for example, something you should be praying for is to be hid in those days.
Right.
We constantly pray to the Lord that in those days that we are hid, that he found favor on us. So how much more for you guys that are actively sinning? You have all these women out here not wanting to cover up, but when those days hit, they're going to want to cover up.
That's right.
Thanks for what you're doing. We appreciate you.
It's finished. It's finished. Who got friends? All right.
Hey, what's that? Righteous shall scarcely make it. Shall scarcely make it. First Peter.
Hey, y'all don't even know that y'all ain't being heard.
Right. They think them prayers going up to heaven.
You don't even know what sin is to know if you're doing it or not.
I got
It
you.
says, God heareth not sinners, but you don't know what sin is. But automatically, just all of a sudden, he's going to hear you. Everybody want to call on everything else but the Most High. They want to call on the ancestors. They want to call on the universe. But when something happens in your family, you lose a loved one, somebody in an accident, I need my prayer warriors. Who the hell are we praying to?
Right.
Your ancestors? Hey, where was the ancestors available to be called on? Were they available when your ass got on that ship? Bring it out.
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 4, verse 17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of God. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of God? And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and sinner appear?
But let's not get
If the righteous are going to barely make it, if the righteous, the men and women that are doing their due diligence to do everything they can to obey the laws, statutes, commandments, are going to barely make it, what about y'all who are carelessly breaking the Sabbath, daily doing everything, your own pleasures, and not giving anything to the Most High? What's going to happen to you? Go ahead.
This is Psalms 55, verse 16. As for me, I will call upon God, and the Lord shall save me. Evening and morning and at noon will I pray and cry aloud, and he shall hear my voice. We actively search out to please the Most High God. That's what we're trying to do. We understand that we have to keep the commandments for Him to hear us. We're actively seeking Him. Y'all can't even give Him 5 minutes. The day that you were supposed to rest, you can't even give Him 1 minute.
Right?
What does that show? That shows your unbelief.
There it is.
Damn.
Hey, we gonna call on the Lord, but y'all gonna call? Y'all don't even know His name.
Right.
Y'all gonna call on God? What God? Give me Judges 10 and 14. All this hustle and bustle in the streets, hey, this is gonna cease.
You know what that means?
When the grind is get that in Ecclesiastes, I think in Ecclesiastes 12.
What did it say?
This is the book of Judges, chapter 10, verse 14. Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation.
Read that again.
Verse 14. Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation.
Go and cry unto the gods that you have chosen. Let them deliver you. Call on the ancestors, call on the universe, call on college football, the blunts, call on that in your time of tribulation.
That's right.
Because that's all you're going to have.
Verse 10. And the children of Israel cried unto the Lord, saying, We have sinned against thee, both because we have forsaken our God and also served Baal. Verse 11. And the Lord said unto the children of Israel, Did not I deliver you from Egypt, like the Egyptians, and from the Amorites, from the children of Ammon, and from the Philistines? Verse 12. The Zidonians also, and the Amalekites, and the Moabites did oppress you, and you cried to me, and I delivered you out of their hand. Yet, verse 13, yet ye have forsaken me, and served other gods. Wherefore I will deliver you no more. Verse 14, go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation.
Hey, so we are stiff-necked people. Hey, we got delivered from Egypt and immediately put another God and said they delivered it. The golden calf immediately said the golden calf delivered us from Egypt.
Right.
Immediately. So that inanimate object that you praising and worshiping, hey, call on that.
And right after that, they worship the brazen serpent.
Right.
This serpent delivered us. Oh!
Hey, we were blessed with the one and only true living God, but we want to serve the other nations' God. The Most High don't care about the other nations serving their God. He gave them to them to serve them. It's us wanting to serve the other nations' God. Go ahead.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 106, and I'll start at verse 35. Bring it out. I'll start at verse 34. They did not destroy the nations concerning whom the Lord commanded them, but were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. And they served their idols, which were a snare unto them. Yea, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils, and shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and of their daughters, whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan, and the land was polluted with blood. You're going to see time and time and time and time again. Time and time and time and time again, we served gods who was not gods. And there's going to come another time. People going to call on God. People going to call on everything that doesn't have power. I mean, history repeats itself. It was a time where we called on a god named Molech. It was a time where we called on Zeus, and we sacrificed to Zeus. It was a time where we offered up pigs, swine's flesh on Yahweh's altar. It was a time where we sacrificed our own children to a strange idol. I mean, our sons and our daughters. Innocent blood. That's the same thing that's going on today. And it's going to get worse because people lost. America did a good job, man. They did a damn good job.
Hey, it ain't nothing new under the sun. Hey, you still sacrificing your children. You got them, I want to put them in Pee-wee football. You sacrifice, you got them in idolatry. You got them serving something other than the Most High. Hey, there's nothing wrong with sports in itself, but y'all put it above the Most High. There's nothing wrong with having leisure. There's nothing wrong with hobbies, but when you put it above the Most High, it is idolatry.
That's right.
And that's what we all see. Everybody, it's okay to have a good time, but it's when y'all choose to do it.
Right.
You will never see this much multitude of people if it was all about scriptures. If it was just straight Bible out here and nothing else, you wouldn't see this multitude of people. That's how you would stay in the house. Yeah, if the scriptures was outside everywhere you went on the Sabbath, that's when you would rest.
That's true. That's true.
This is Acts chapter 4, verse 13.
You know?
Acts chapter 4, verse 13. Now when they saw the boldness of Peter and John, they perceived that they were unlearned and ignorant men. They marveled and they took knowledge of them that they have been with Jesus. So I brought that out to say, that's how people look at us now. We come out here not telling you what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. There is a problem, like we've been saying earlier. If the kingdom of heaven was here, y'all wouldn't know what it is. If Christ was walking around, y'all couldn't identify him. If the apostles was here, y'all would think that they're just some Negroes. That is an issue. That is an issue. So that's why we're out here bold as lions to preach what God told us to preach, which is keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and believe in his only begotten Son. I'm not sure.
Hey, so it's from the time of the apostles to now, they perceive that they were unlearned men. When they see the boldness, up here, they perceive that we're unlearned men.
Right.
Hey, we may be rude speech, but not knowledge.
That's right.
We got the perception of niggers,
Right.
spits.
Right.
That's our perception. The boy got creases in his black fortune. Hey, but the men of the Lord are bold. Hey, we just had the Jehovah's Witness over there, all effeminate in their pastel button-up shirt, and they perceived them as the men of the Lord. The men of the Lord were not soft.
This is Luke chapter 1, verse 68. This is Luke chapter 1, verse 68. And it says, blessed be the Lord God of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people. For he hath raised up an horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David. He spake by the mouth of his holy prophets. Oh, you don't know God, or you can't talk for God. That's how God gives y'all the message. Keep reading. It says, which have been since the world began. So he speaks by the mouth of his prophets. Verse 69. Verse 70. And he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us.
That's the New Testament. That's in the Gospels. That we shall be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. Get Zephaniah 2 and 1. Yeah, that's New Testament. We've been saved from our enemies. That's what the horn of salvation was raised up for. You got any questions? Or you just curious? You got any questions?
Where are y'all?
We are the Israelites. We are God's chosen people according to scripture,
That's right.
prophecy, and archaeology, and just straight facts and the truth.
Yeah, I've heard about y'all's movement before. You guys got a location in New York City, right?
Hey, we're scattered abroad everywhere on earth.
That's right.
I see YouTube channel that posts in OKC.
Yeah, Sons of Jacob, Tulsa, OKC.
Yeah, they're pretty good, man.
Yeah, so,
I like y'all's materials.
hey, this is the Most High's material. We just bringing it out. We're vessels to bring it out. So, and that's a shame. Huh? Go ahead.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Bring it out.
Gather yourselves together. Gather together. O nation not desired.
Oh, nation not desired. Who is the nation not desired? Hey,
Who is the nation not desired? If it's a nation on
Israel.
earth that's not, huh?
Israel.
That's true. Okay, so if we was to put it in layman's terms of what people would know today, who would be the nation not desired on earth?
Today?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. You
I
tell
don't
me.
think-
I'm curious.
So-called blacks, natives, and Hispanics. That's right.
Okay.
That's the nation not desired.
and we're showing that we will be saved from our enemies and from the hand that all that hate us.
That's right.
So we said it's a nation does not desire the point of salvation, which is Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Christ. That's who's raised up to deliver us from the hand of all that hate us. Bring that in.
This is, I got Isaiah 61.
Get Luke 1.
This is Luke chapter 1, verse 68. And it says, "Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people."
This is the New Testament. It says, "Blessed be the God of Israel, for he has visited and redeemed his people." It's possessive, it's a distinction.
And he hath raised up an horn of salvation for us
That's Christ, raised up for us, the Israelites.
in the house of his servant David, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets.
As he spake as before, what in the Old Testament, what people think is done away with, he's reiterating it here in the New Testament, saying it's the same thing
Which have been since the world began,
since the world began.
that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us.
Right?
That we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. And who hates us? Every nation outside of Israel.
That's right.
Every nation had the so-called blacks, natives, and Hispanics in captivity. Every nation outside of Israel. If you look in history, no one can refute that. Yet, what did you have?
This is Isaiah chapter 61, verse 1. And it says, "The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives."
Hold on, before you go to get Luke 4 and 7. We're going to see what the gospel is according to Christ. What did Christ say the gospel is?
What do you think the gospel is?
Gospel?
Yeah.
Gospel is that Jesus sacrificed his life for us so that we can be free from our sins. He changes our hearts so that we love the commandments and we love God instead of being stiff-necked.
Okay, let's get it directly from the source.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 4, verse 7. If thou therefore wilt worship me, all shall be 17. Sorry. Luke 4 and 17.
Bring it out.
And there was delivered unto him the book of the prophet Isaiah.
You know who the prophet of science is?
No, I don't.
So that's a Greek translation of transliteration of Isaiah, the prophet Isaiah. So this book of Isaiah was given to Christ where
And when he had opened the book, he found the place wherein it was written. Verse 18. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised.
them that are bruised. Who are people that are bruised? Is it everybody that's brokenhearted and bruised? Or is it a specific nation? We just read Zephaniah 2 and 1, it's a nation not desired.
Right.
That's not every nation. So this is the gospel according to Christ. Let's see where you got it.
This is Isaiah chapter 61, verse 1.
Bring it out.
The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek.
Exact
God.
words.
He has
Exact
sent,
words according.
he has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of prisons to them that are bound, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, and the day of vengeance of our God.
Vengeance. Vengeance is in the Bible. Vengeance is in the New Testament. Because this Christ was quoting this. Vengeance. Vengeance is in the gospel. Well,
To proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all that mourn, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes.
you see that? It says to point to them that mourn in Zion. Israel. Specific. Well,
The oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified. And they shall build the old waste. They shall rise up the former desolations, and they shall repair the waste cities, the desolation of many generations. The stranger shall stand and feed your flocks.
you see that? The strength, say it again.
The stranger shall stand and feed your flocks.
Who's the strangers?
Strangers are not Israelites.
Right.
It's the Gentiles.
Right. Right.
And the sons of the aliens shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers. But ye shall be named the priests of the Lord.
You shall be what?
You shall be
Named
named the priest of the Lord.
Men
Ye shall
shall,
be named to the priest of the Lord.
men shall call you ministers of God. Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles.
You shall eat the riches of the Gentiles. Well,
And in their glory shall ye boast yourselves. For your shame ye shall have double. And for your confusion they shall rejoice in their portion. Therefore in the land they shall possess the double. Everlasting joy shall be unto them.
Ah.
that's the gospel. That's the gospel according to Christ.
Good news.
So we got vengeance in the gospel. That's the good news, but it ain't good news for everybody.
Right.
It's good news for Israel. The strangers shall stand and feed your flocks. They're not just going to be feeding the flocks or plowing the field. They're going to be everything that is required from the Israelites. Get Isaiah 14:1. Isaiah 14:1.
Y'all are reminding me of Joshua. There's a story about when a tribe they were going to destroy across the promised land, right? Jordan came to them and lied and said they were from afar off. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? And they like disguised themselves and had like old water sacks, and then they became the servants of Israel after that because they got tricked and made a deal with them, right? That reminded me of that.
Shadow of things to come. Go ahead. Yeah, so this is the portion of the other nations.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 1.
Bring it out.
For the Lord will have mercy on
On
Jacob,
Jacob,
and will yet choose Israel,
and set them in their own land.
And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
They're going to cleave to the house of Jacob.
Verse 2, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
That's good news for Israel.
Right.
Hey, this right here, what we see is finished. It's coming,
That's right.
It's coming tonight.
Yeah,
You see
this is the prince of the air's place, man.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But also,
It's not our control right
also his people's place. Just like Most High has a chosen people, Satan has a people that he operates through.
Yeah.
Get second.
You can't be in the middle.
Get 2 Thessalonians 2:8.
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 8.
Bring it out.
And then shall the wicked be revealed,
The wicked is being revealed on the earth.
whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
Now, the wicked is being consumed by the spirit of the mouth, meaning his words are coming through the mouth of men, his chosen people. Go ahead.
And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him who coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness
of unrighteousness in them that perish. Because
So that's America that has all these lying wonders. They the ones that's able to make fire come from the sky, drop bombs on people.
Yeah.
They come out with holograms, put stuff in the sky.
yeah, Project Movie.
Yeah,
type shit.
we know that's deceivableness and lying wonders.
Yeah, you're right.
This is Babylon. You know what Babylon means, don't you?
Well, figuratively, it's a literal place a long time
The word
ago.
Babylon.
And it also means like colloquially, like Satan's realm. Or like his city.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders.
So it says him who's after the coming of Satan. Who's said him after?
It says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan.
Who's coming is after the workings of Satan. So Satan has a people that he wants to do. Go ahead.
With all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause God shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, and they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness.
So we are proclaiming the truth, and everybody got a chance. Everybody got a chance to hear the truth. But we see people walk by every day. They're passing it behind their back. What's the truth? Get Psalm 140, 142, Psalm 119 and 142. So it says the wicked. Wicked is a code name for a particular people. Get that. Malachi 1. It says you have wicked people, but you got people. You have hypocrites, but you got hypocrites. You got profane, but you got people profane. You know
I see what you mean. Yeah.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth.
The law is the truth. People are like passing it behind their back. It says thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness. It was set up from the beginning, and it endures forever. Get the root 4 and 1. But how the world would have you believe is done. It's done away with.
Yeah, which, that's not true. That's not
So that's the whole reason we are here.
So you guys like to follow the command, like not just the real commandments, like the
All the laws that
613 or something like that, right?
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1.
Bring it out.
This is the book of the commandments of God, and the law that endureth
the
forever.
law that endureth forever. Go ahead.
All they that keep it shall come to life,
Right.
but such as leave it shall die.
Shall what?
Shall die.
Shall what?
Shall die.
Shall what?
Shall die.
Good seeing you, man. And with that, y'all stay safe. Really appreciate y'all reading the word. It's just big chilling out here. Man, y'all stay up, okay? Good luck with the YouTube as well. See y'all.
You might make a good fine dress.
I don't know.
Hey, what's your nationality?
Scottish and like a native.
Who's native? Is your father native?
Father native, yeah. And my grandmother was like 3/4.
Oh, really?
And what about your grandpa? Well, I never knew my grandpa. I honestly don't know what I think he was like Scottish. I think that's where the Scottish comes
You have
from.
the numbers. I get the numbers. Numbers one. So according to the Bible, your lineage, your nationality, it comes from the seed of your father.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 18. And they assembled all the congregations together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees after their families, by the house of their fathers.
By the house of your father. That's just natural science anyway.
Yeah.
You plant an apple seed anywhere you plant it.
Yeah.
So, hey, do your research. You could be an Israelite, so-called black nation Spanish, or
Hey, I appreciate y'all. Have a good one, man. Hopefully I see y'all again another time.
but if you're heathen, you see
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
we can wrap it up.
Good. And with that, we want to give all honor and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah, Shalom Barakatah.